We're talking dry rub spare ribs today. Let's take a look at my big spare ribs. Now, these are pork spare ribs. If you're a beef spare rib kind of person, go ahead and knock yourself out. But pork lends itself so beautifully to all these big flavor spices and stuff like that. Look at this. All right, go ahead. A big coating of this, and then we're really just gonna rub it in there. Oh, look at, we wanna make sure we get this everywhere. So if you make a big bowl of spice mix, you know, just take out what little bit you're gonna use at a time if you're gonna keep sticking your hand in there. Otherwise, you know, let it rip. All right, woohoo, look at this. Rubbing my meat, massaging it, getting into every little nook and cranny. Look at nice big flaps. Now, there is plenty of meat on these bones, but then we get to pick up and chew on the bone. That's a good thing as well. That's where all the flavor is. So, good thing. All right, hand wash, and then we're gonna wrap these guys and let them hang out in the fridge. But let's go ahead and get my barbecue sauce whipped together. So I have about 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. Really yummy. So that's a quart jar, so we use about half of it. Now, we have super sour vinegar, so we're gonna add about a half a cup of brown sugar. So we have some brown sugar in our dry rub, so let's add a little sweetness here too. Like, we're thinking about these same flavors, about how they play off each other. You know, that's always something we think about in a restaurant too. A couple tablespoons of Creole mustard to add a little zestiness, and my tomato paste. So let's find a can opener. I'm gonna use about half a can here. Now, this isn't gonna make it a thick sauce, but it's gonna help us really cling to those ribs. My baked beans base, the onions and garlic and peppers are smelling delicious. Yummy. All right, so that, and you know what, just for fun, let's add some crushed red pepper in there too. Yes, we like spicy stuff. All right, so I'm gonna put this on the stove. I'm gonna BTB. Now, this is not going to get to be a thick sauce, but it's gonna really come together and it's gonna be super zesty and delicious. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna add some salt in there as well. So we're gonna BTB, we're gonna see a homogeneous mixture, and then we're gonna taste it to make sure it's delicious. My ribs, I dry rubbed, and I've been letting them hang out here on my sheet tray. Look at this. Yes. We need a beer, yeah, for me, but also for my ribs. This is gonna make them taste good in a little bit. So we dry rubbed them with all kinds of good stuff. Look at these. Oh, they look beautiful. They smell beautiful. I'm gonna grab a tray. Now, I preheated my oven to about 300 degrees, and we're gonna put these in there on a low and slow oven. So, look at, yes, and this feeds a lot of people. So 300 degrees, and we're gonna put this in there for a couple of hours. We're gonna check them after an hour, and look at, it's one of my favorite things I know how to do. We're gonna check them after an hour. We're gonna turn them over. We're gonna make sure everything is going along beautifully. So look at, like a little beer, a little drink of this. This makes everyone happy. It makes my ribs happy, makes me happy. There we go. All right, one more hand wash. We're gonna cover these with a little foil and get these guys into the oven. I think I can put a little more beer in there. There, look at that. Well, make a nice little sort of beer vapor. And then we're gonna go ahead and get these on the grill later on. But so low and slow with a little foil, so it's like a, you know, a beer sauna with my dry rub ribs. Doesn't that sound good? It's making me happy. Beer, ribs, baked beans, dry rub. There we go. There we go. Let's get this in the oven. And a little barbecue sauce. It's nice and vinegar. Oh, there we go. All right, we'll see you in an hour. Check and see what's going on here. Apple cider vinegar and a little Creole mustard and some garlic. Whoa. And tomato paste. I can really feel that garlic or that vinegar. It's like making my eyes burn, but in such a good way. Yum, 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 yum. All right, so I'm gonna let that hang out here, and I'm gonna get my ribs on the grill in a minute. So the last 30 minutes of cooking time, I took the foil off, and I'm letting them dry out. Ugh, good things. Look at that, beautiful babies. Ugh, smells so good. All kinds of excellent things in my spice rub. I brush my grill with my grill brush, and I'm rubbing it with cloth dipped in oil to kind of pick up any crud and crap on there. I'm gonna put my ribs on there. But you know what? This is cooking for a crowd also, like, you know, and it's so lovely to be able to go ahead and cook and make everybody happy the way I feel. You know, when I work in a restaurant, I feel happy feeding people. I'm gonna turn these over, brush my ribs, whoa, with my sauce, and happy things are happening. I dry rubbed these bad boys and let them hang out with all kinds of good spices and sugar all over them. Then I roasted them low and slow in the oven for a couple of hours. And then I put them on the grill and brushed them with a vinegar-based tomato sauce. It's like apple cider vinegar and a little bit of tomato paste and all kinds of other yummy stuff in there. All right, my ribs, I'm gonna take a couple of these. And you know what? Before I even go for more sauce, I'm just gonna taste the rib by itself. Juicy, delicious. Succulent, and you know what? I'm gonna do a little extra sauce dipper. Why? Just because I can. Look at that, juicy, yummy. This is a good thing.